World record is a target, especially in winter, like indoor. So I'll have to fight for my place there and then maybe try to get that world record in Netherlands. So I started athletics when I was, I think, 7 years old, so I was still a child. First couple of years of my athletics career were mostly playing. I did some serious competitions, national championships, under 14 and so on, but my favorite event was Heptathlon, ever since I can remember, because I always liked to throw, I always liked to jump and run. Well, not the 800, but everything except that was always a good stuff to me. But then I started taking it all seriously 1 year before Jerusalem, because I figured, I'm in a good shape, I'm fit, maybe I can win something there, so I focused on that. And yeah, that was the first major title for me, and it was really opening. I think it opened up my career, and after that, everything just came, the golds, the titles, the records, and everything just kind of settled. Well, I haven't met Blanka, but I've met Sandra and Sara, of course. Sara was actually coached by my dad when she was younger. Not many people know that, but my father was her first coach, and he got her into athletics, and then after she moved, she changed her coach and became like Olympic champion and everything. So, of course, I was watching her, I was watching Sandra and Blanka, and they were always an inspiration to me, because when you see them on TV, you're always like, whoa, I want to do that. I want to train and I want to be able to do that and look like them and throw like them and jump like them. So I always say that I don't want to do one event. I think I wouldn't get bored of it, but this way, every day is something else to me. Every day is another event. Every day is another set of exercises, and it's really, amazing. It's something different, and as a multi-athlete or a heptathlete, I feel very fit and athletic in like every scale or every event. That was my first trip, and that was my first big competition, big stage. I remember I was so overwhelmed but so happy, just seeing everyone there, seeing all the national teams, the anthems, the coaches and everything. It was crowded, the stadium was crowded, so many people. I was just thrilled to be there. I got famous, let's say, in my hometown, because we didn't have that many sport successes before. So that was something, people on the street were recognizing me. That was really cool. And also my school kind of got proud, and I got some special treatments in school, let's say. That was pretty cool, and also, sponsors, managers and everything. And after that, I got opportunities to compete in Götzis, so that was amazing. Well, I was really excited to go to Jerusalem again, because, I was remembering all the moments from 2022, and the venue is amazing. Well, what happened during shot put? I tore my hamstring during shot put. I don't think I've ever heard that has happened to anyone before. So that was a shock, I understand if you tore your hamstring during hurling, but shot put, that just wasn't on my mind at the moment. But yeah, it was really disappointing. I mean, I was disappointed, I was sad, I was just, well, not depressed, but I was like, why did I even come here? I came there for gold. I didn't want to tore my hamstring during shot putting. But after that, I really just got back to training as soon as I could. Of course, I got medical treatments and everything, but I was still kind of disappointed. Like a few months after that, I was just thinking and reliving that moment. And yeah, it was pretty sad, but I think it all got a happy ending. I didn't even want to go to train, because I was in so much pain. Like my leg just hurt badly, and I couldn't really walk properly. But after some time, I really wanted to run. And that has never really happened to me before, because I don't really like running, that's the difficult part, let's say, of heptathlon. But jumping and throwing are good, and I missed that, but at the time I missed running. So, I don't know, getting back to running felt different after that, and I can't say I wasn't motivated at all times. Sometimes I just thought to myself, what if I'm training for all of that and then I'm gonna fail again. That was kind of on my mind, you know, why am I doing this? But I overcame that. I think my sports psychologist really helped me with that, and so I got back to right track. I believe that was the best part of Rome, seeing just Tiam and other girls compete, and being shoulder to shoulder to them. That was definitely the best part. I wasn't like 100% happy with my performance. There were some good events, but it could have been way better. But then again, that was my first heptathlon after the injury, so I didn't want to, you know, say I'm not happy. I mean, I was at the Senior European Championships, so I was still 17 at the time, and yeah, I was just happy to be there. Yeah, so many things at the same time go through my mind. Like, I can't even focus on one thing. I always say, okay, this is gonna hurt, but just get to the finish line as soon as you can. So that's the goal. I'm not a great 800-meter runner. Maybe you should ask Phoebe that. She could probably cover that field. But I'm always like, okay, if I have to fight, like I had to fight in Peru for the gold, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like kill myself if I have to. Peru was different. I actually went to Chile 10 days prior to Peru. We took a flight to Chile to kind of get used to weather and everything, and the time zone, of course. And then I got sick like 5 days before Peru, and I had to drink antibiotics and everything. So I think that affected my performance a little bit, but you know, I didn't want to give up. I wanted to participate because I took a 12-hour flight and I'm not gonna be laying at bed at the other side of the world. So yeah, and I'm glad that I did, and I'm glad that I won that gold. And then after that gold, my hand got infected, and then I drank antibiotics again in Peru. Yeah, not many people know that, but one day after my medal ceremony, I ended up, like, I collapsed, and then they took me to hospital because I got bacteria in my hand during high jump. And then, yeah, I stayed there for a while. My whole hand just was swollen because I stepped on my hand during high jump. I was tying my shoelaces, and then I kind of did this motion, and just a part of my skin came down. And I didn't really think much of it. I don't know why. I was like, okay, I'm gonna compete, and then after heptathlon, I'm gonna take care of that. So after medal ceremony, my whole hand was just this big. So they gave me like horse painkillers and antibiotics, but I was okay like 3 days later. Well, I think I have a great and just a big supporting team, starting with my family, my dad, who is my coach, who has been my coach for the last 5 years, my sister, who is my training partner, as well as my biggest supporter, I would say. You know, whenever I'm feeling down, I can always count on her. She made me a book of like some special sayings for Peru, and I always have it. I always read it, and yeah, she knows how it is because she's also, let's say, a professional athlete, even though she's in college right now. My sports psychologist, my mother, and my grandma, they're always here for me. You know I can always count on them and call them if something goes wrong. Before what happened in Jerusalem, I didn't really think much of, mental health. I was like, what is that even? If you're a good athlete, you will perform good. But after what has happened, and I was just feeling down, and I wasn't sure if I want to do this anymore, that's when I realized that mental health is just as important as being physically fit. So I started working with Rebecca. She's my sports psychologist, and she has helped me to get that gold in Peru and everything before that. I would say that, mental health is something that is not spoken enough of. You just think, okay, if he is fast, he'll win. But just getting to the starting line with your opponents and rivals and finishing the race and being the fastest, it's so much more than just running. Waiting in a cold room with your rivals for 10 minutes and just sitting there and looking at them, all that pressure just comes in and you feel helpless. I felt that way, but she helped me, and I feel so much better now. So I feel like mental health is something that should be spoken of more. I mostly do my schoolwork because sometimes I miss school because of athletics, like today and some other days. I love playing basketball, and I also play volleyball, so basketball and volleyball, and sometimes I do gymnastics, so mostly sport. When I think of under 20, I think of Jerusalem, and then I think of Finland. And I want to make everything right in Finland. Not only gold, honestly, I'm aiming for a great result next year. I want to do better, and I know that I'm healthy now, I'm fit, and I will be preparing the whole winter and the whole summer to do my best there, because that's the most important competition next year for me. World record is a target, especially in winter, like indoor. So I'll have to fight for my place there, and then maybe try to get that world record in the Netherlands. And we'll see about the outdoor, if I stay healthy and if I will be able to train properly. That's the biggest goal, but anything below that is still a great job, and everything over that is also great for me. When I think of Tokyo, honestly, I just think of how much I would like to see Japan. Not really of the athletic competition, but I just want to travel to Japan. I love traveling, and Japan has been my bucket list place for years, but I will have to fight for that spot because heptathlon is on such a high level now, decathlon also, so multi-events are really hard to get your spot in. But that's the goal, yeah, for next year. Maybe if I will do good in Finland, I'll get to Tokyo. A few days ago, I was at the sushi place with Rocco Farkas and my sister, and we were talking about Tokyo. And he said, if we get to Japan, we have to try their sushi, so hopefully that will come true.